Welcome to version 8 of the Battle for Dream Island again. The Power of 2 and Inanimate Insanity IV prediction. In this video, I'm going to show you my opinion on who has the best shot at winning. From BFDIA to TPOT and IIIV. As we're getting started, make sure to like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you'll know when new videos come out. We have no time to lose, so let's get started. I'll be speedrunning the BFDIA section again. Despite the episode format being a bit longer than I expected, my prediction hasn't changed at all, as Nita will win the last prize of the season and qualify to the finale with Book, eliminating Tennis Ball. However, even if Tennis Ball somehow survives this elimination like he did with Fries, I have no doubt that Book will ultimately win the season. I'd also like to make a short prediction for Battle for Dream Island elsewhere. Why not speedrun this section too? After all, the episodes are weekly, and by the time the next episode of TPOT comes out, BFDIE will without a doubt be over. Regardless, here's my predicted elimination order. With all that out of the way, it's time for the prediction of the Power of 2. But before we do, for the record, Alka's left on Season 1 days 11 through 15 are currently being worked on as we speak. However, I'm trying to pace myself with the production. Why? Because, as you probably know, the majority of the original TPOT minicast is currently trapped in my mindscape. Something I don't canonically have any knowledge of. Ironically though, according to some resources, including the mispronunciations in the Google forms that would determine the cast for TPOT Mini Season 9, BFDIA Mini Season 9, one of the characters is technically canon to the BFDI universe, and is currently competing in that BFDI Mini Season. While you might be able to figure out as soon as the video is over, this will mean that that character will have a somewhat major role in the series. So make that of what you will. Oh, and some other non-deceased characters from TPOT Mini will also be competing in that season too. Talking about TPOT Mini, sign-ups are still open. We still have 8 spots left. Check out the icon to sign up now. Okay, enough talk. Let's get to it. Awkwardly, we finally have Team Swap with an even more awkward system. Despite this, Team 10 somehow pulled through and actually won. The characters may not be properly sized here, my apologies, but hey, each one has the characters being properly sized here. Safe are Grassy, Price Tag, Lai, and Winner. The bottom 3 are Book, Marker, and Tennis. At this point, I think Marker is living life in this game on the edge. However, Tennis Ball and Book both have made it all the way to the final 3 of BFDIA. And even more so, Book is also confirmed to be in the final 2, and most likely, as I said before, the winner of BFDIA. I think the viewers will give Marker another chance just to give the other characters a chance at the top. While I'm sure everyone will get revived in the next episode, I'm not going to put everyone on the alive team yet. I'll take most of Team Dead to Team Alive, which in this case will be Black Hole and Pencil, because maybe they might come back then. Golf Ball, cause, let's be honest, she's gonna immediately get recovered. And Pen, because while I thought Lai said she wants to be more independent, she'll probably need him. Next, I'll bring a member of Team Alive to Team Dead, and I choose Grassy, perhaps as a trial to see how well he can do against Spam. Because, as you would expect, They and Donut are up for elimination. Obviously, we probably know for a fact that Donut will get out in this scenario. What about Fanny and Grassy? Well, I'm sure fans are still feel a little sympathy for Grassy despite his scary moment taking place 6 months ago. However, Fanny has made some great character development with her arc in episodes 7 through 10. Plus, the Death Pack community is practically unstoppable. For that reason, I think she'll survive here. Now, you probably think that I'd start the merge here, right? Well, I won't. One of the members of Team Alive will die and will be safe for the next elimination. I think Lai is a solid choice because she's been up for elimination 3 times in a row. Safe our Black Hole, Fanny, Hen, Golf Ball, and Price Tag. The bottom 3 are Marker, Winner, and Pencil. I doubt Marker can accomplish the same feat Trey made every time he went up for elimination with Death Pack yet again, especially when you applied that act of kindness. I still think it's betrayal, by the way. It'd be a tall order for Winner too. After all, I think it's safe to say Luce is on good terms with Winner again. And then there's Pencil. I still don't think she should be, especially when she gave way to his powers to the villain, 1. Not to mention her tyranny in BFDIA 23, when she pet-talked with Needles. It's certainly a close one, but I think Winner will stick it out here. And with that, we've officially hit the merge. Alright, back to the way it was before. One contestant winning immunity, because we're still doing the double eliminations. And Fanny will get a slot into the final 5. Save our Black Hole, Golf Ball, and Price Tag. The bottom 3 are Lai, Hen, and Winner. Winner has already been lucky enough to make it this far as is, and I don't think it'll happen again. So the question is, who else will be eliminated? Hen or Lai? I know for a fact that it'll be close since they both have to share votes. But with all due respect, Lai debuted halfway into the game just to reach this point. So I think this is where she stopped. Now we got through. Wow, we got through this fast. Didn't we? We're already in the final challenge. I think Pen will win the spot in the final finale because Lai means very much to him, and to have the last of his friends gone, that brought out some anger. First safe is Golf Ball. The bottom 3 are Black Hole, Fanny, and Price Tag. This is the farthest Price Tag has ever gone in any of my predictions videos, but I think this is the best you get here. Which means that it'll come down to Death Pack. Likely it'll be Golf Ball, because even after hardly doing anything except maintaining the balance of the universe, he's still the first contestant saved by a landslide. I don't see this going any other way. So, this is it. The final. Between Black Hole, Golf Ball, and Pen. 1 vote, 1 win. But who will beat? Likely not Golf Ball, because while her and Tennis Ball's community is large, I doubt it's large enough after tennis balls damage in BFDIA. I wouldn't count on Black Hole either. The fact that he's been so consistent with the votes is impressive, but can he seriously win without trying at all? Which means that the winner is Penn. I feel like he's got just enough character development to win 2's powers. If we can even get it back anyway, maybe there will be another rejoin, maybe there will be a non-competition episode, I don't know, but you know, if you have any better ideas for these predictions, let me know in the comments as always. Now for the prediction for Inanimate Insanity IV. We got a lot more info about the rejoin gimmicks throughout the past 2 episodes. We know that you do have to come in first place in challenges to get a point, and maybe you can also choose whether or not to continue in the game, even though you'd get eliminated, or call it quits and admit defeat. Just let's look back on episode 4. We can see that Jack helped the heavy metal pop stars, even though that severely backfired, and Meatag just sat there in the calm down corner. Maybe I'm just making stuff up, and maybe Meatag will come back, I don't know. But if you ask me, it's a great way to keep the game from going on forever, because, well, if everybody chooses to continue all the way, then they would constantly win a point. How's that game ever going to end? This looks even more uneven than the TPOT characters. I should get these images remade soon. Anyway, Jack will end up winning his first point after crawling back to circumspect, while the Fnatic Cats go up for elimination. First off, Tico would vote for the Cherries for being a bit of a menace, as seen last episode. However, Teddy Bear would team up with the Cherries to vote out T-Cat. She kinda gets on Teddy's nerves. But none of it matters, because the trio lines of Microphone, Soap, and Taco would also vote for the Cherries, eliminating him. But frankly, since Lightbulb has made her reappearance in the game, I don't think the Cherries will return to the game. Let me explain. This is a chart of all the eliminated contestants that had the choice of rejoining the game, or excluding Cabby and Blueberry, who did so. And this is how many people actually stayed on Indefinite Island to rejoin. As you can see, you might notice a pattern. A rejoiner candidate is picked from every pair of eliminated contestants. Blueberry was picked over Fan, and Cabby was picked over Clover. Meanwhile, Contestants 2 and Bob shared their slots with Blue and Candle for 2 separate reasons. 1, Contestant 2 replaced Cabby when she rejoined, and 2, likely it doesn't exactly matter whether Yin Yang and Blueberry got eliminated / re-eliminated, or maybe perhaps to make up for Glory and Paintbrush not staying on Indefinite Island. Anyways, so yeah, Cherries won't continue because this system would get reused. Plus, more drama would probably go down then that would probably talk about. Regardless, Go Big or Be Last will finally go up for elimination. Bone Son Spike will vote Goo, since he's not that fun. Next, perhaps Trophy Life-Bringing Fox might vote for Spikey, because he's kind of useless. I mean, sure he can fly, but it's not like he can adjust size like Puffball can. And though this won't exactly matter, Goose votes for Trophy, since he kinda has been a bit of a bully to him. But don't worry, I'm sure Spikey will return. Despite the eliminated contestants already bunching up, the Fnatic Cats go up for elimination again. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it, there's There ain't nowhere else for T-Pain to go here. Dare I say, though, my prediction of where she'd place has taken a huge swing in a bad way. Maybe it's for the best anyway. Tea Kettle's probably better off in the kitchen anyway. You'd hate to see it, folks, but the heavy metal pop stars are up for elimination again. It's hard not to say it's so obviously here, though, either, because likely Paper will make amends with Poppy before this elimination. That, combined with the Tavy who I at least think formed a bond with Poppy in episode 4, it's safe to say Starfruit is out. And this is where the tour ends for Dear Starfruit. While Jack and Lightbulb proved to be a great help this episode, Spiky blows it and puts his team up for elimination. Call me lazy if you want, but I think this vote will be one-sided too. Bye, Bonesaw. However, I think Bonesaw will still compete to prove his usefulness. You know, at this point, Team Circumspect is the largest team in the game. Let's finally put them up for elimination at the same time. Manic would count on Pepper this round to round everybody else up and vote for Campy, but it didn't work. Pepper is so fed up with Magnet, she convinces everyone to vote for her instead. To find out why everybody is starting to get annoyed with Magnet, she'll fight to rejoin the game. Let's see an elimination from the Dramatic Cats next. The trio would vote for Teddy, but I think it's safe to say that Taco and Teddy have been bonding a bit, especially since episode 4. So Taco votes for Microphone instead, since Teddy made her feel like Microphone was holding her back. But then it'd be a tie, and Self and Teddy would have to re-vote while unanimously deciding. Soap would vote for Taco because she'd be mad at her for voting for Microphone. Teddy would vote out Taco too, as part of a clever way to get rid of the biggest threat left in the game. Even though Taco was betrayed, Taco would back out of the game for good, possibly to make up with Pickle. Go big or be last is certainly not so big anymore, are they? Goo would definitely vote for Trophy for making him feel unwelcome and uncomfortable the whole time. Well, Trophy fights back because he said, and I quote, they're the most physically gifted team. And that's something Goo isn't doing. It'd be a tough decision, but noting how far Goo got in Season 3 compared to everybody else, he was kinda out of here. Knowing Goo, I'd say he won't try to rejoin because he's more of a lover rather than a fighter to me. Time to bring the Mad Cat's trio down to 2. After everything that happened with our last elimination, I'd say Teddy Bear is pretty much doomed. Honestly though, she doesn't really care about betraying people. She just wants to play, which is why she'll attempt to regain her spot in the game as well. Before we continue, I have an announcement to make. I know a lot of the contestants have gotten comfortable with and has learned to love their teams. But as of today, they are no more. Welcome to a team swap. It's a team swap. Since there's precisely 12 contestants left in the game, we can form 2 teams instead of 6. Trophy's team will be called the Impacting Comeback, and Cammy's team will be called the Cliff Cats. I'll put Teapot's clapboard and Hypercrystal's boxing glove in the respective teams as a sample team icon. Everyone but Jack got a point that time because impacting combat are up for elimination. Trophy votes out for Pepper, maybe for being the weakest of the bunch. But I think everyone can agree that his strength is a huge threat in the game, especially when they hit the merge. So he'll unfortunately go here. But Trophy would want more action, because if that's what everybody thinks, then maybe he could use it to prove his existence. He pulled through for his own team that eliminated him and send the Clip Caps up for elimination. Cammy and Lifering would vote for Poppy because neither of them can find trust for Poppy. But let's not forget Paper found that trust, and he and Poppy would vote for Cammy, which means that it'll come down to a vote between Candle and Soap. Since I'm still kind of finding a lack of potential for Cammy, I'm gonna say that Candle and Soap will give Poppy a chance. Cammy would not continue with the game, because maybe it's for the best he just sit on the sidelines. Meanwhile, Impacting Combat would lose once again. Knowing their partnership back on Team Circumspect, I say Cheesy and Pepper would work together to vote out Takey for her threat and memory. But the plan would backfire and Cheesy would get taken out of the game. Cheesy would choose to still compete because why not? Lightbulb was getting very close to rejoin, but it doesn't matter. The Clip Caps are up for elimination. Candle and Soap would vote for Poppy because they realized they made the wrong decision earlier. While Paper and Poppy would vote for Candle since she placed 7th in Season 3. Kind of threatening. And Lifeline would seal her fate, not for her placement last season, because Lifeline would eventually find trust in Poppy. Cam decides not to try to rejoin the game since she apparently found her limit. Despite this, now there are 8 contestants left in the game and 8 contestants fighting to rejoin the game. That means that an eliminated contestant can team up with one non-eliminated contestant each. And may I add, this would be the perfect place to break up the teams. Ah, they're gone. Now, as you know, one contestant can win. And Trophy will be the first person to do so. Microphone, Soap, and Pepper would vote for Paper since he placed 3rd back in Season 1. And let's not forget about Microphone's 6th place in Season 2. Microphone would end up leaving the game since she has already made some decent placements overall. Soap would win next as an act of revenge for Microphone, which might have sealed Pepper's fate. And it certainly does. At this point, unless if Soap keeps a winning streak going, then she's pretty much doomed. But after deciding to stay in the game, Pepper had a plan. Box won immunity, but that's okay. Pepper only chose to help Paper to distract him. While Soap convinces everyone how untrustworthy Poppy is and vote for Paper, while blaming Poppy for voting for Paper. Even though Poppy clearly didn't. Enraged at Poppy, Paper decides to continue in the game for unfairly getting voted out. And after getting help from 4 eliminated contestants, Poppy wins immunity. However, thanks to Pepper and Soap's clever but despicable thinking, the majority alliance is split in half, Poppy and Tapy would come back together to vote out Box, and Box and Life Ring would vote for Tapy, meaning the vote will have to come to Soap to decide. She chooses Box. Even though I haven't displayed it much this time, she might pull off some clever tactics with the votes, making Box a big threat. Box decides not to continue because I think she found her full true potential. Also, we have some contestants that just rejoined the game. That's right, Magnet and Teddy have officially reached 5 points, meaning that they rightfully rejoined the game. And Teddy showed off superior work as a rejoiner, winning her first immunity challenge. Meanwhile, Life Ring would vote for Poppy after having all of his trust shattered. But combined with Soap's pulling the strings, Magnet and Teddy strategically following along, and Poppy and Tapy vote out Life Ring, so he's pretty much doomed here. Life Ring would stay in the game to eventually fix his friendship with Poppy. Meanwhile, Magnet would win her first immunity challenge with her new communication skills. Poppy and Tapy would vote for Teddy since she's pretty much a big physical threat in the game. But with all the bonding Poppy has done with everyone, and everybody seems to be on good terms with Poppy now. And so if everybody wants a chance to go against such a social contestant, then voting Poppy out is the best chance that Magnet, Soap, and Teddy have. Poppy decides not to continue because Poppy made it far in the game, and that's an achievement in itself. But man, Magnet and Bonesaw would make a great team, don't they? Not only Bonesaw won his last point required to rejoin the game, but Magnet also wins with the help of a trophy. Even though Teddy would vote for Soap, it wouldn't be enough. Teddy has been so consistent with the immunity challenge that Tapy, Magnet, and Soap had to vote out Teddy. Teddy would still choose to stay in the game because, like I said, she just wants to play. But as promised, Bonesaw rejoins the game. Despite this, it's Tapy that will win immunity next. Soap would vote for Bonesaw because we're so close to the end and Bonesaw just rejoined the game. But Soap kinda has been controlling the game for a while now, and she had to be stopped. But hold up, folks, Jack and Trophy have rejoined the game too. Gee, 3 rejoins in 2 episodes? This is exactly why I'm predicting contestants can lead if they get eliminated. The rejoins would constantly happen in the end, and the game would never end. Anyway, Bonesaw would win immunity this episode. Jack would vote for Trophy since he's now a physical threat. But Jack literally had to skip 25 episodes just to get to this point, which means he clearly doesn't deserve to win. Alright, one more elimination before the finale, as Jack tries to rejoin again. And spoke too soon. Now Spiky rejoined the game. Now this is really close. Tink would vote for Magnet for winning 2 immunity challenges in a row. Trophy would vote for Bonesaw because despite being on the same team in Phase 1, I don't think they're on good enough terms. But none of it would matter because I think it would be safe to say that Magnet and Bonesaw are in an alliance and would vote out Trophy. This time, Trophy would back out of the game because at least he got to rejoin the game. And I think that's good enough. And hopefully Spiky's rejoin will be the last. Yep, No more rejoins. Good thing, too. This was the last chance for anybody to rejoin. But since Spikey just rejoined the game, I think we all know where this is going. So, this is it. The finals between Bonesaw, Magnet, and Tape. One vote, one winner. But who will it be? Bonesaw proved just how useful he can be in the game, but third place is as good as he'll get. Magnet made some new friends too, especially now that Magnet learned to listen to others when she needs to. But she'll fall just short of the win. Which means Tapey would be Season 4's victor. I mean, she is the only contestant to make it to the finale without having to rejoin the game, so I think she deserves it the most out of all three of them in this scenario. May I add, I'm sure this episode will be a two-parter, making 30 episodes for this season. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell, and I'll see you next time. Don't forget to leave a comment for suggestions for my next prediction video. Version 9 will come out sometime after TPOT 22 or TPOT 23 if they make yet another non-competition episode, BFDIA 24 and II 45 does.